Welcome to today's video of AllegraTeach, where we are still busy with system technologies, and today we will take a look at malware and the security utilities involved with it. And if you like the video, please subscribe. Imagine you sit down to finish a CAT assignment. Your computer is suddenly very slow. Weird pop-up messages appear, some files are missing, and your antivirus has switched itself off. What's going on? In this video, we'll unpack what malware is, how web-based attacks like phishing and clickjacking work, and how firewalls and antivirus protect you, all aligned to CAT social implications and exam-style questions. Let's start. So let's start at the basics. First, malware means malicious software, any software designed with malicious or unwanted intent. In CAT, there are 6 names you really need to know: virus, worm, Trojan, spyware, ransomware, and bots. A virus is software designed for malicious intent that can attach to files or programs and change how the computer behaves. This is probably the one that is most well known of all the malware. A worm can copy itself and spread automatically across networks without you doing anything. A worm doesn't need to delete files or steal data to be malware. The unauthorized, self-spreading behavior itself is what makes it malicious. Each copy of the worm is a program file stored on drives or in system areas, so the more it spreads, the more disk space it uses. Many worms also create temporary files, logs, or dropped components, which further reduces free space over time. The next one is rather interesting. A Trojan pretends to be a useful program or harmless program, like a free game, but once it is installed, it can steal data or allow remote control. Put simply, spyware secretly monitors what you do and collects information such as passwords and browsing habits without your consent. So it's a type of program that infects the computer and tracks the user's internet activities and also attempt to collect information without your consent. Now, ransomware is malicious software that encrypts or blocks access to your files and then demands a ransom for payment. This malicious software from cryptovirology threatens the victim's data or blocks access. Payments are usually made in Bitcoin. Encryption is the technology used by banks and the creators of ransomware to secure the exchange of information over the internet. Prevention is better than fixing because you will have to do a system restore, reboot in safe mode, or restore a clean backup if you do not want to pay the ransom. Yes, CAT also has bots and zombies. A bot is malware that turns your computer into a remotely controlled zombie. Many zombies together form a botnet and is often used to send spam or launch DOS attacks. Now, DDoS is distributed denial of service, which means it's a type of internet attack that crashes a website by flooding it with requests and usually using botnets. So a bot is the malicious program, the zombie is the infected computer, and a lot of zombies forms a botnet. So in your exam memos, viruses and other malware are often tested through symptoms. Programs and files can be affected by files becoming corrupt, unknown programs or folders suddenly appear, programs stop working or disappear completely. System-level software includes security switched off, strange pop-ups or messages, the computer suddenly running very slow, and less free memory and disk space than expected, and even the computer not booting at all. These clues will let you recognize malware questions in question 7 and 9. So we're done with malicious software. So now we are at web attacks. Now they rely on social engineering, which is tricking people rather than breaking technology. And they trick you in a way to find your password or gain unauthorized access to your information, which will lead to fraud and eventually identity theft. So phishing is known by a lot of words. For instance, when it's SMSing, it's smishing. But phishing is when fake emails or SMSs or different messages pretend to be from a trusted organization, like banks or your school, to trick you into revealing passwords or other confidential information. The warning signs are usually that they say urgent, verify account now, or we notice unusual activity. Always remember that your bank will never contact you and will always ask you to contact them. Please do not click on any of these. Spoofing. Now, spoofing is when attackers disguise details like the email sender or website information so that a message appears to come from a trusted source. For instance, the name principal is there, but it will usually not be the real address and is usually a random Gmail account. Watch out for these. So Pharming goes a bit further. It redirects you to a fraudulent website even if you type the correct address, often by tampering with the DNS or your system settings. You think you are on a real bank site, but you're in a fake copy that steals your login. One way to check is to check whether or not it says HTTP or HTTPS. The S stands for secure and is usually the one your bank will use. Clickjacking. Don't you just love the words? Now, clickjacking is a web attack where you think you're clicking on a normal button like play video, but an invisible layer means you actually click a hidden element that installs something or grants permission. It's another way to trick you into doing something you never intended. For this reason, it's never a good idea to play any videos or songs that you just find randomly on the internet. To defend against all of this, CAT focuses on two main tools, the antivirus and the firewall. Antivirus detects, blocks, and removes malware. It scans files, downloads, and email attachments, and internet security suits can also check websites. In exam answers, always mention that antivirus must be installed, kept up to date, and running to be effective. A firewall monitors incoming and outgoing network traffic and blocks unauthorized connections to and from your computer or school network. It helps to protect you against external attacks, can reduce the risk of malware reaching your device, and is often given as a recommended security measure in CAT questions, especially against unauthorized access. So, to look at protection against malware, there's also things that you can do. From top, please keep your software updated to make sure that there's no vulnerabilities. Don't click on suspicious links. Make sure that you make regular backups because that's what you will have to install once you have a ransomware attack. Scan drives such as USBs before inserting them into your PC and run an antivirus scan often. So, how do you protect your data? You protect your data first by using a firewall on your computer. You can also use a VPN or virtual private network. Encryption also works, which is how you send WhatsApps through encryption. Make sure that you back up again, and then also set secure passwords. All those will help you to protect your data. One last thing. So, when you use free public Wi-Fi, attackers can intercept encrypted traffic or create fake hotspots. CAT guidelines say, do not access bank accounts or sensitive information on public hotspots Only use HTTPS sites. Log out when you finish, turn off auto connect, and, where allowed, use a VPN or a virtual private network. So, we're done. Completing your summary. It's always best to do this from memory without looking at your notes, and they should help you to prepare just before the exam. Today, what you saw is malware. Now, malware is any software with malicious intent. The main types you must remember is virus, which attaches to files and programs; worm, which spreads automatically over networks; Trojan, which pretends to be a useful software; spyware, which secretly collects information; ransomware, which locks your files and demands payment; and bots, which turn computers into remotely controlled zombies that can form a botnet. We also looked at web-based attacks that trick people rather than breaking hardware; phishing fake messages; spoofing fake sender details; farming fake websites even when the URL looks right; and clickjacking is hidden buttons that may click something you did not intend. These attacks are often used to install malware or steal logins. To protect yourself, we use the antivirus to detect and remove malware, a firewall to monitor and block unauthorized network connections, and backups is the only guaranteed way to recover data after ransomware. On top of that, we follow safe behavior. We check URLs, don't click suspicious links, and avoid doing banking on public Wi-Fi. So that's it for security utilities, antivirus, firewalls, and all the new words that you've learned today. If this helped, please subscribe and share it with a friend or like the video. In the next videos, we're starting with Information Management series, which is short lessons on PAT, task definition, question levels, and everything you need for question 6 in paper 2. Keep an eye out for lesson 1, PAT overview and information management processes. Bye bye.